Alrighty, everybody, thank you for tuning into my channel, Mini Movement Man. This is Night Moves. In tonight's episode, we are going to focus on a meditation technique called square breathing. We're also going to take a look at a couple different types of stretching, dynamic stretching versus static stretching. What is the difference and when do we apply either? So up first, I am showing you this square breathing technique. What I'm doing is I am inhaling for 4 seconds, holding my breath 4 seconds, exhaling for 4 seconds, holding my breath for 4. When I bring my arms up, this is the inhale. When I take my arms out, separating them apart, that's my hold. The downward phase is my exhale, and bringing my hands together is another hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So you can do this type of breathing without the arm motion, but sometimes I like to do the arm motion because it helps me focus in on the technique and kind of distracts me from all the other thoughts that I have. So here's the other angle. I'm inhaling, I sink down with my body, separating the arms. Exhale, I stand up a little bit with the body. Now I'm doing these kind of counteracting motions. As I bring my hands up, my body sinks down. As my arms go down, my body slightly lifts up. I'm keeping my knees and hips nice and light. So give this technique a try. See if it allows you to get into a nice deep zone into your meditation. This is one that I really enjoy. Alright, so this is an example of a stretching routine that I did at the end of a day that I had moved quite a bit. I went for like a 5-mile run. I did some upper body strength training on the rings, a bunch of groundwork, handstand training, playing with the kids all day. So by the end of the day, I was kind of junk. And at that point, that's when my hamstrings start to get tight. So the first thing I do at night is I try to loosen them up, and I use a dynamic stretching technique in order to do that. This is that technique. You can see here how I am pulsing my body down and up. I'm trying to keep myself nice and loose. I'm not trying to be too tense. And I'm just trying to focus on taking nice, slow, controlled inhales and really long, relaxed exhales, so that way I can try to let my muscles go and go deeper into my range of motion. So you can see here I went deeper and I began that pulsing sequence again. So I'll pulse for quite a bit, I don't know, 20, 30 pulses. And then after the pulses, I will do a little inhale and then exhale and try to sink even deeper into my stretch. So that is basically what dynamic stretching is good for. It is good to help you achieve more range of motion or to help you become more flexible. Specifically in this example, I am working on my hamstring flexibility. Alright, so here is a different variation of a dynamic stretch. So I'm starting by making sure I am in a pelvic tilt, and then I am going to bend forward with my torso. Now I'm going to release my upper thoracic and reach forward for my feet. Once I make my way to my feet, I will begin rocking. So this is where I would consider this a dynamic stretch because I kind of continuously move my body. Not aggressively, but you'll see I will just explore the movement and do small little things in order to try to keep myself relaxed. Alright, so we're going to do this again. So now I'm basically going to go in and out of my pelvic tilt. I'm watching TV as I do this. So remember, as you're sitting at home watching TV, well, this is what I'm doing, so maybe you should be doing the same thing. Maybe not. What do I know? All right, here we go. I'm arching forward, and now I will release my upper thoracic and reach for the feet, and then begin to rock side to side, trying to stay nice and loose. I'm keeping my breathing relaxed and calm. Alrighty, so that takes care of the hamstrings. Now I'm going to focus on arching the back, or extending the back, or opening up the chest, whichever way you want to talk about it. So here we go. I'm rolling myself around. I'm actually trying to stretch out my chest while I'm in this position. I'm taking my left shoulder and trying to internally rotate it towards the ground. Now I take my right shoulder and I internally rotate it. Now I'm moving the shoulders around, trying to get that synovial fluid, rocking my entire torso. You can see that the wave travels all the way down to my feet. And now I slowly come up into my Sphinx position, starting to arch, trying to keep it nice and loose. Now, this is my side-to-side method. I come up on one arm, and I come up on the other arm. So this kind of gradually gets you to that upward dog position. And now I'm pulling myself in. I'm trying to engage the lats and almost act like I'm pulling myself forward. Still trying to keep myself nice and loose. I have this rocking quality side to side, and focusing on the breathing, trying to stay nice and relaxed. I slowly work my way back to the ground and do it all over again. Alright, so I am trying to open up the chest with this stretch. As you can see, I am not comfortable doing this pose on the ground, so I am using the yoga blocks to help keep me posted so I can be somewhat comfortable in this position. Now, I say somewhat comfortable because obviously I can feel it, especially in the hips, definitely in the knees. I feel it in my upper thoracic. After a while, you get to that point where you feel like you're almost gonna panic. You gotta learn to keep yourself relaxed and calm and just breathe through it. As long as you're not deep enough into the stretch where you're gonna do damage, you should be okay trying to keep yourself nice and calm. This is what we're supposed to do with a static stretch. You're basically laying there and trying to stay nice and calm. So there you go. I'm moving my arms around a little bit just to help facilitate the opening of the chest. And a little external rotation of the arms kind of feels good. I'm kind of working it, seeing how that feels. I'll do this for a little bit, and then I will bring my arms back down to my side, and I will remain nice and calm. Just trying to get my body used to being in this position so that when I put it there in the future, my body won't freak out. The receptors in my muscles won't send signals up to my brain saying, don't stretch, don't stretch. I want those receptors to say, oh yeah, I've been here before and I was calm while I was here. So no need to talk to the brain.